Howdy fixers, so today we're going after the alternator on a 88 Mazda b2600 pickup. So I gotta take the battery out first, give me more access, pull this tray out. Now I got plenty of access to my bolts. So there's a 12, I do believe it was a 12 bolt for my sliding bolt, and then there's a 12 millimeter large nut on the very back of the alternator. And I'll kind of show you here. You gotta go down here and get it loose. Once you pull that loose, you can push your bolt through, and you should be able to pull your bolt out. That's it right there. Pull your bolt out, and then you can pull your top slider bolt out, and then you should be able to move that. Once that's out of the way, then you should be able to push your alternator over so that you can get on your 10 millimeter, or 10 or 5/16 or 8 millimeter cable end. As you can see, this one's all rusty, and that could be the reason why it wasn't charging too, is that it was all rusty. But parts for, you know, rebuilding these are kind of scarce to come by. So now that I got the alternator loose, I got my through bolt here on the bottom. I got to push through. You can see it won't go anywhere, so I got to get my two washers to push through and my bolt to push through. Grab my washers, and then we should be able to get out of the way. So as you can see on this cable, and this is what I was talking about, it was super rusted. This could be the reason why it wasn't charging, because there wasn't anything being able to come out because so much resistance from the rust. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this cable off. I just kept turning until it popped off, and then eventually it came to a tight spot, and then the nut came loose because inside it kept spinning. But if we're getting a brand new alternator anyways. So on my cable, I'm going to take a little bit of emery cloth. You can see, kind of see I shined it up a little bit. Just want to make sure it gets shined up. So now that we got our new alternator in there, we got our cable on, we're going to put this into place after we got everything tight, and then we're going to get it down in place and put our bolts in. So sometimes it takes a little bit of working to get this bolt to come through the front. Once it's lined up, it slides right in. That's pretty easy. So this is what the nut and washers look like in the back. So I'm going to put my washer, big washer, then lock washer, then the nut. And then we're going to use a pry bar to tighten out the belt. Tighten down my slider bolt, and then we can tighten down the through bolt, and everything should be tight.
Fixer good.
Be a fixer. Be your own.